Welcome back to Unapologetically in Power, the space where we stop performing strength and start telling the truth. I'm Jennifer Damascus, and today we're talking about the invisible exhaustion of high-performing women. Before we start, I want you to notice something. If your body just braced when I said invisible exhaustion, that is information. If you're listening and you feel that familiar tightness in your chest, pause with me for 10 seconds. Unclench your jaw, drop your shoulders, take one breath with me, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Let your exhale be a little longer than your inhale. Nothing is wrong with you. Your system is responding to load. You do not need to earn rest by falling apart. By the end of this episode, you will be able to spot the emotional labor you've been carrying, understanding why it drains you more than tasks, and choose one boundary that gives you energy back. So here's what I want to name right away. A lot of your exhaustion is not coming from what you do. It is coming from what you manage. You manage the reactions, the moods, the expectations, the unspoken rules, because yes, they exist, the pressure to be easy to work with, easy to love, easy to be around. You can have a full calendar and still feel fine. Then one conversation, one look, one subtle shift in someone's energy, and suddenly you're depleted. Because you're not just doing the work, you're managing the room. And if that feels familiar to you, this episode is for you. So John Maxwell says, the greatest mistake we make is living in constant fear that we will make one. And most people hear that and think performance, career, leadership on paper. Today, I want to bring it somewhere more intimate. When you are living in fear of making a mistake, you do not just work harder. You monitor yourself harder. You anticipate harder. You manage other people's emotions harder. And that fear becomes a lifestyle, and it is exhausting. So I've been noticing something within me lately. I can handle a lot. I can lead, I can produce, I can stay calm in moments where other people fall apart. But the part that wears me down is not the task list. It's the invisible layer. It's the layer where I am tracking everyone, making sure no one else feels uncomfortable, making sure no one feels disappointed, making sure I do not come across as too much, too direct, too emotional, too intense. And I realized something. A lot of high-performing women are not tired because they're doing too much. They're tired because they are managing too much. Managing other people's reactions, managing the story, managing the perception, managing the emotional temperature. And if you are honest, you can probably hear your own inner rules. Do not upset anyone. Do not be difficult. Do not need too much. Do not make a mistake. Because if you make a mistake, you might lose safety. You might lose approval. You might lose belonging. So you become the strong one, the steady one, the one who carries it. And then you wonder why you are exhausted. So let's ground this in what we know, because I want you to stop making this mean something is wrong with you. Your nervous system is constantly scanning for safety, and not just physical safety, it's relational safety. If your system learned that mistakes cost you love, approval, or stability, then getting it wrong can feel like danger. So what do smart systems do? You prevent the threat. You over-prepare, you over-explain, you over-give, you over-regulate. That is not weakness. That is protection. Emotional labor is the work of managing emotions, yours and other people's, to keep things functioning. It is the invisible checklist running in the background. How do I say this so they do not take it the wrong way? How do I bring this up without making it awkward? How do I keep the peace? How do I stay composed? That constant monitoring creates cognitive load, and cognitive load drains you even when you are sitting still. When you meet yourself with compassion, you interrupt the fear loop, though. You stop treating every moment like it's a test. You do not become careless. You become regulated. And regulated women make cleaner decisions. Here's the reframe I want you to carry today. Your exhaustion is not proof that you are failing. It is proof that you have been doing invisible work for a long time. And the invisible work is often rooted in one thing: fear of making a mistake. Our Maxwell line becomes our mirror. The greatest mistake we make is living in constant fear that we will make one. Because when you live in that fear, you do not just avoid mistakes, you avoid being fully human. You avoid needs. You avoid honesty. You avoid boundaries. You avoid rest. And that is the real cost. So the question is not, how do I push through this? The question is, what am I managing that is not mine to manage? So our practical steps, just like in any episode, these are meant to feel relieving, not demanding. One breath, one action, one shift. So the first thing, name your invisible load. Say it plainly. I am managing other people's reactions. I am managing the emotional temperature. I am managing the perception of me. Naming it turns it from identity into information. Then we have to identify what's underneath. So you need to ask, what do I think will happen if I make a mistake? What do I think will happen if I disappoint someone? What do I think will happen if I'm not the strong one? Again, we're not noticing, there's no shame here. It's just information. Then we choose one place to stop over explaining. Pick one conversation this week where you will say less. Not colder, not harsher, just cleaner. Try. This is what I can do. This is what I'm available for. This is what I need. Then stop. Don't continue. Just let it sit there. Be out there. Live its own life. Then we need to practice a neutral face boundary. And this is a huge step. Let someone be mildly disappointed. Let someone misunderstand you for a moment. Let the room have its feelings. If they're angry, let them be angry for a minute. You do not have to manage the emotional weather. And the last thing we need to do is answer the key question. Here is the question I want you to sit with. Who are you when no one is asking anything from you? Not who you are when you are needed, not who you are when you are performing. Who are you when it's quiet? Then ask, what do I want? What do I feel? What do I need? Even if the answer is, I don't know yet, that is still an answer. If this episode hit you, I want you to hear me. You are not tired because you are weak. You are tired because you have been carrying invisible labor for a long time, and you do not have to earn rest by suffering first. Just because you can carry it does not mean it's yours to carry. You are not broken. You're human. This isn't failure. This is information. And the invitation this week is simple. Stop managing what is not yours. Come back to yourself and ask the question, who am I when no one is asking anything from me? If you want to take this deeper, share this episode with a woman who is always holding it together. And then remember to send it to yourself too. As always, thank you for taking this time with me. I'm Jennifer Damascus, and I'll see you next week here on Unapologetically in Power.